and there's no catch. I go and get the bag, and I'm not bringing it back. I'm like a down QB, I put the pain in the past. And if you ever had a problem, promise I didn't ask. So it's 4-4.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Yards on the game's first play, second down. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They're trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The quarterback.
Now we talk about... Players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines They're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
San Francisco.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On 1st down, Williamson able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Again, the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down now, it's Williamson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Brought down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
The result of the play is a turnover on down.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. The pickup there, 5 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Wilson. And he is going to go down. He will be he's sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is a quick slant to Lockett. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson looking deep downfield. And that is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield right at the 48. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
The 20. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 8. 39 yards there, a big one. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Mostert. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd down, it's Williamson, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Seahawks nothing. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26.
They go play action with Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Again, Wilson. And it's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
They'll run on 1st down. Williamson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
2 yards on the play. And the 49er first down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now the slant able to find Ayuk.
The pass.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd down, it's Williamson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll move the chains.
First down, San Francisco.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown.
A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Lining up for the point after.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Intercepted.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll try and start this drive in the air, escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Well, young quarterback Charles rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Well, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
20. First down, 49ers.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
1-yard attempt.
The kick by Gold is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned,
and the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Second and 11. Flushed out right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Niners 24, Seahawks nothing.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah,
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Wilson to Metcalf that time. 1st down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and
from the shotgun, Wilson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. At the
off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A pickup of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 16-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williamson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 12-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from 3 to 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some, because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now Mostert. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Raheem Mostert, the ball carrier. He was taken down by Bobby Wagner.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give right side. Williamson. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Niners 31, Seahawks 12. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Second and a yard at the 32-yard line.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Complete to Tyler Lockett.
Play action. Now Wilson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
10 at the 13-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are, but they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
57, Mike, 57.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
At the 45-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, San Francisco.
They run the counter. It's Williamson, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
2nd and 10 on the Seahawks 42-yard line.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williamson. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the 49ers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.